We've been recording. Matt and I just did an interview for a book that I'm going to write on Udemy Life, and it's going to be pretty cool because I'm talking to different instructors that are out there on Udemy from all different realms, from people who are just starting with Udemy to people like myself who have been there for 14, 15 months. Matt's been there for quite a long time. And Phil, you've been there for probably since you were born.
A few years.
Yeah. So, hey, welcome everybody.
I'm only a year older than
Phil. And I'm much older. That's scary. So, hey, we got a cool topic that we're going to talk about today. And Matt came up with this idea. And he also came up with an idea for a blab that we did earlier in the week on creating sustainable passive income with teaching on Udemy. What we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about using YouTube, Kindle, and Blab to power your Udemy marketing. So we'll just talk about some of the different ways that you can use YouTube, Kindle. Phil's got some books out. I have one book out. And then Blab, ways that you can use the platform that we're using right now to promote your marketing. And I'm just multitasking here as we're doing this because I've got some stuff that I'll share out later on that just has some links to different places on Udemy. My name is Dennis Smith, and like I said, I've been on Udemy for about 14, 15 months. I've got about 6 courses out, anywhere from WordPress marketing to Kindle marketing to Udemy marketing to my brand new course that just came out, which is how to broadcast yourself to the world using webinars and using the tools that I use to promote my books. So I've been doing this for a while. We just started doing blabs. I've been lucky to have people like Matt join me and for Phil to join us, and Rob Cubbin, he's joined us before. So it's a really cool format to let us get out there and talk to you guys about Udemy, what we're doing, what we, giving advice and stuff like that. So Matt, why don't you go ahead and give everybody just a little bit about your background, and then we'll go to Phil after that. Uh-oh.
Your mic's off.
My mic is off?
No, Matt.
Matt. Your mic is... Oh, no. Is it doing it again? You're hearing an echo. So, Phil, you can hear me, right? Hey, you can hear me?
I can hear Dennis.
But we can't hear Matt.
Can't hear Matt.
So what happened? So Matt is, yeah, I know. Matt is muted. So Phil, go ahead and let everybody know about yourself, and then he'll come back.
Okay, so I, like Dennis mentioned, have been on Udemy for a few years. I started October 2012, so it's been almost exactly like 3 years now. And I started out just creating as much content, as many classes as possible. I have classes on a lot of video and photography related subjects, so editing, shooting, and then also some design skill classes as well. And I was doing this on the side for a long time, and finally in May of this year, May of 2015, I quit my job for good for now, and I'm just focusing on teaching online courses and building up my online streams of income through books and YouTube and other ways as well. And so that's what I'm doing full time now.
Awesome. I know that you're doing really well. Whoa, we get feedback again. I love the internet.
Why isn't it working this time?
I don't know. It's like gremlins in here. Weird.
Hi, my name is Matt Bernstein. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Matt Bernstein. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I instruct over 47,000 students across 185 countries, teaching people how to make money online. I got my start on eBay in 2006. And since then, I've made $775,000 in sales. And while I was in college a few years back at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, I was able to make $24,000 profit per year on the side while studying to become a communication major. So I thought that other people would want to learn how to do that. And I just made a video course, step-by-step guide on how to sell on eBay. And that's how I got started on Udemy.
Awesome. Hey, how do I sound right now?
You sound
better. Yeah, good.
Weird. I don't know what's going on. So, hey, thanks, guys. And let's go ahead and do some reminders before we get into stuff. I'm seeing some people talking about the circle icons there at the top. Yes, if you hover over the top of those, you can follow us on Blab. So there's Matt, myself, and I are up there as well as others who are attending today's Blab. You can follow them on Twitter if you want. Over here off to the side is a blue button like my shirt here, and you can click on that and you can post a tweet. I like to put the hashtag live in there sometimes if there's enough room, and put that in there so people know that we're broadcasting live. I don't know why Matt is laughing. He's lucky that I can't reach through. Like
Jeremy, I'm laughing at Jeremy. He's like, point the other way.
Jeremy's job is to distract us there. So the topic there says Udemy chat with Udemy instructors Dennis Smith, Matt Bernstein, and Phil Ebiner. But we're going to be talking about YouTube, Kindle, and Blab as ways to use those to power your Udemy marketing. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, if you want to ask a question, which we would love for you to ask questions so we can answer during today's Blab, put in / the letter Q, a space, and then your question so that it flags it as a question, and we can see that by filtering out for questions. We don't have any yet, but we'll try to get through to all of those questions. And once we're done talking here for about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, we'll let some people in on the other seat there so that you can come on and ask your Udemy-related question there. It just makes it easier to start out that way and then get into that format of like a roundtable format on there. And the last thing that I wanted to remind you about is the high fives there, that if you like what you're hearing from Matt, Phil, myself, give Phil and Matt a little more high fives there by clicking on those hands there and give them a shout out. And thank you very much for the tweets that are going out on Twitter. Thanks, Rob. We always enjoy it. And I would like to get Rob in here too on the discussion. Matter of fact, like Rob, if you're wanting to go into that other seat for a few moments,
bring in Rob
about that stuff. Let us know and I'll open that up.
Bring him in.
Come on board.
Yeah, buddy's coming.
Love Rob.
Okay. Send me the request. I'll let you in. Say the magic word. Yay.
Hey.
Matt and I were talking about you earlier when we were doing an interview, how much we admire what you're doing. So.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Sorry, I haven't shaved.
That's okay. I haven't either. So, hey, we're going to talk about using some of those tools like YouTube, Kindle, which you're very familiar with, and also Blab as ways to market on Udemy. We'll just go ahead and start and just go around and everybody can give their suggestions on that. So, Phil, how about let's go ahead and start with YouTube, some of the stuff that you're doing out on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So really from the very beginning, a few years ago, I saw that YouTube would possibly be a great way to get new students on my Udemy courses and also just to build my brand that I'm building out of Udemy as well, because I think it's so important for every instructor to build their own brand, not just on Udemy, but with their own website. And along with that, with YouTube videos or books or everything we're talking about today. And so I started posting videos on a channel and I've tried to be really consistent with it. I've posted, I can honestly say probably on average 1 video per week, 1 or 2 videos per week for the past few years. And it's slowly grown. I'm not creating viral videos that are getting hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views. It's just kind of slow grind videos consistently. I have almost 10,000 subscribers now on my channel, which is like really amazing. And it just it's kind of like my Udemy income graph, where it starts out really slow, slowly increases, and it just exponentially has been increasing. And so now I'm getting 500 or so subscribers per month. And I'm just following all the techniques that I've heard work with YouTube videos by including links to related courses in the YouTube description. If I can, I'm talking about a related course in the video itself. So a little more background, I do a lot of video editing and motion graphics tutorials or courses on Udemy. And so I'm also doing those types of tutorials on YouTube. I'm going to chat my channel into the chat box right there so you guys can check it out.
Awesome.
And so I'll teach a specific little tip within video editing on YouTube, and I'll link to the course through that video. And it's hit or miss. Some courses do well with my YouTube videos. Some I've never made a sale with on YouTube. But things like I have like a photography for kids class, and I put up the promo video on YouTube, and I'm getting a $25 sale from YouTube like almost every month, it seems like. And then I also did sort of a longer webinar, like an hour-long training for After Effects and I put it for free up on YouTube, and I get like a $97 sale every few months from that. And so there's definitely people who will come from YouTube to your Udemy courses. And then the last thing I just want to mention is that for a lot of my videos, not all of them, I'm not perfect, but for a lot of the videos, I try to add a little end bumper that has links, like clickable links within the video itself that take you to my website, to my course page on my website, and to subscribe to my channel. So again, just trying to build the brand. And I'm also making a little bit of money on YouTube. So about $100 a month or $200 a month on YouTube, just from the ad revenue from YouTube itself. So everything kind of adds up and feeds into each other. So it's definitely something I recommend doing.
I just went to your channel there and it started playing your video right there, but I really like the banner that you have across the top for Video School Online. It's really important to, brand yourself. And that's one of the things that I need to force myself to do better. Another person who does really well at branding themselves is Rob. So Rob, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you've got going on YouTube?
Yeah, well, it's interesting what Phil says there. I think Phil's doing a whole lot better on YouTube than I have done, because I started on YouTube before Phil did, but I haven't done the consistent video uploading that he's done. 1 or 2 a week. That is props to you, Phil.
Thanks.
That's why you've got so many high fives there, or high tens. But because that's obviously what's really worked, and you've got more subscribers than me, and and I think that's really, really huge. I don't know how many video views you've got.
I mean, I think it's less than 1 million total so far. So yeah. I'm on your channel. I see it's like a little under 800,000. So yeah. I don't have that many more.
Yeah, but I've been going I was going on YouTube for 2 years before I went on Udemy, and we both went on Udemy at the same time. So you've been there for less time than me. So it just shows you, if I'd been doing 1 or 2 a week in that time, then I'd probably have at least similar subscriber figures. And I think that but I think everything you've said is true for me. In that, to answer Jeremy's question. I think the most effective way from YouTube is just to put your first the first thing in your description of the video should be a coupon code to a course, and I usually make the coupon code YouTube 19, for example. So I know that it's $19 and it's from YouTube, and I can obviously see that in my income reports, and then I know that the sale has come from YouTube, and obviously that will be a 97% sale as well. So all in all, I mean, and the other thing that Phil says, I'm just going to repeat the important things that you need to know from what Phil said, is that the consistency of the videos, and the last thing he said was doing all the usual things to increase the subscriber count on YouTube. And then you can add YouTube cards, which means people can subscribe by clicking on the video itself, and calls to action to subscribe, calls to action to go to your site. But, you know, there's a little box you can put at the bottom right-hand corner of the YouTube video as well, which can prompt people to subscribe. And so that's it. I think it's a consistent video creation on YouTube, and the calls to action, both to buy the courses on Udemy and to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Do you put that in, like, did you say that you do that right at the beginning of the video, is give somebody a coupon right away or mention it?
No, I said that I think the most effective way is to put the link at the beginning of the description of the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that's an excellent idea. I do that too. And I have to remind myself every time that I upload a video that there's certain things to do, including branding, because, you know, the thumbnails that you can put in on the videos, like my YouTube stuff, my Udemy stuff, I've been just using their logo, but I need to get more creative with that kind of stuff. So I think you gave out some great information on what you're doing, you know, as far as YouTube. But yeah, consistency, I mean, that's a great thing. I mean, that's just same thing with Udemy classes, is being consistent, or even blog posts, that you don't go post something on your blog and then wait 3 weeks and then skip a week. And it's got to be a consistency so that people who follow you, they get used to that and it benefits you. So great information, guys. Matt, what about you? What are you doing on YouTube?
So my main goal of YouTube and how I can use it to leverage to make more Udemy sales, I do a little bit something different than what Rob and Phil do. Instead of doing, I have a link in the first line of the description, but I give away a free coupon to my course because I want the student to get into the Udemy system so I can later cross promote it to them. So I give them a free coupon, and I've been on YouTube for almost 2 years now, and I have about 130,000 views. So not quite there what you guys are doing. Listing a course once a week is the best. I unfortunately do mine in clumps, which I've been on for like 10 separate times and just list like 15 videos at a time. And it doesn't necessarily work out for my subscribers as well. I usually get a lot of unsubscribes by doing that, but I have like 1,000 subscribers, and from the last 12 months that I figured out to get lead generations from YouTube by listing the free coupon, I use a unique coupon code for the videos, so I know which free redemption comes from YouTube. And I've had over 8,500 free redemptions, and I've used those to make more cross-promotion sales. So I don't know if you guys would like to reveal, but out of curiosity to see, like, if I had posted like a $19 coupon, how much money do you think you guys have made from your YouTube leads?
I would say for me, at least like $1,000. I would say, just from all my different YouTube leads. That's not like a lot in terms of like percentage of my sales, but $1,000 is $1,000. So
yeah, true.
I just wanted to measure whether giving away the free coupon and then marketing to them later versus marketing to them right on YouTube. Like, what would the measured growth be?
Yeah, I feel like that's actually a really good idea, especially if you have like a course that's maybe a more intro course or something that you don't mind giving away for free. And then if they can get into that intro course, And it doesn't have to be a free course on Udemy, but it could just kind of be like a basic course on Udemy. And then, like you said, cross promote with a better course. I feel like you might be able to make more money with that way. So I think I should try to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know because I never tried it the other way, nor can I didn't really do it in a way where I can measure how many sales I get, but 8,500 redemptions I think is pretty good. And most of my sales come from when I just get these lead generations from.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I would mention I have two things for people out there, for you, Matt, too, is I think it's a great thing to batch post videos. And now with YouTube, you could schedule out your videos. So if you have like 5 videos, even if it's from your class, you can post a few of your intro videos from one of your classes, 5 to 10 of those videos. You could schedule them out once per week. And there you have like a month or 2 worth of videos. So you don't have to throw them all at the same time. The whole other side of this is that it's great to be posting coupons to your courses, but in the long run, which is something that I'm trying to do more of now, is to not just get people to get onto your YouTube channel or on your Udemy course, but to get people to subscribe to your website and on your own list. And so figuring out a way, rather than sending people directly to a Udemy course, but sending them to your website instead, might be a better idea in the long run, just so you have people on your own list.
Yeah, I really agree with that, Phil. And I switched all my links over, not all of them, but I switched a lot of them over to my website. Unfortunately, I'm less able to then track that traffic to see if it's paid off, because I don't have the ability to do the coupons that are on my own site that we do on Udemy. And another point that I thought was important about YouTube is that I found that the 80-20 rule really works on YouTube. You get some, this is my experience, you get some videos that do extremely well and other videos that never really get seen at all. And so I found that concentrating on leaving them alone for a few months, seeing which ones take off, and then you can really concentrate on the ones that take off and add all the calls to action on those later. So the YouTube cards, which used to be the annotations, but they're cards now, but you can add them on later after you've done the video. So you don't have to do it. It's quite laborious. It can be quite time consuming. So the great thing is that you can just go back and only do it to the popular ones, because that's going to make the difference. Doing it to the unpopular ones will be a waste of time, because that just continues. That what's popular will stay popular, and what's unpopular nobody will ever see them. So that's another trick that I've learned on YouTube.
Yeah, from my 140 or 130,000 views, 40,000 is just from one video.
Are you getting feedback again?
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah, see, I think it's Blab that does that.
Using the cards. I'm still all right. Well, using the cards, I use every 30 seconds into the video. Can anyone understand me though, or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I forget it.
Yeah. You don't have to repeat yourself.
We need to learn sign language so when this thing starts getting wacky.
Maybe if you had headphones, Matt, I don't know.
I think it was saying that he does it like close to the beginning of the video. He might be rebooting. We had this problem earlier. It was kind of weird. He was getting the feedback was on his end, but then when I went to go reboot my internet, it worked fine. We were doing Skype on there because my internet the last couple of days has been inconsistent, but it's so weird because I've got like 100 megabytes of download and 3 upload. You would think that would be enough, but sometimes you don't realize like what's taking away from internet. I've got a tablet and a smartphone in here, and those things could be taking the bandwidth too. So, what did you do? Oh, You're going with a headset?
I don't know. My guess is maybe it's. Oh, I'm echoing. It's like the audio going through the microphone.
Yeah. So I just shared out my YouTubes out there. I mean, the guys have basically talked about a lot of the stuff that I do. I'm not as good as like when it comes to branding. I do have about 473 subscribers with 147,000 views. I started doing this a long time ago, and one of my most popular videos was actually a video on how to place an ad on Craigslist that has over 60,000 views. And then my second most popular is just a video of a place here in Idaho that's a spillway at a dam that only spills water over when we have a very wet spring. So it means like every 5 to 10 years that happens. So I recorded that. And then there was some stuff in there when my friends and I went out, and I went back later because this was stuff that I'd been doing years ago. And now that I'm doing all of this stuff, that being so upfront, I had to look at it and say, okay, I can't have like stuff like when I'm out drinking, having a good time on YouTube. So I went and made it private. Although you want to make it a little personable because they don't want to see you as all business or whatever. But I post my YouTube stuff. I post the blabs, my hangouts, all of that kind of stuff. Matter of fact, like the first hangout that I did was with Rob, Matt, Alan. I think Phil didn't join us until like a later hangout.
Yeah, I think
that's coming up on a year, and that has over 6,000 views on that. So we should all be driving Teslas by now.
The thing with YouTube for everyone to know is that just like with Udemy, where you're going to get people who don't like your courses, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are haters. And it's funny because actually my most popular video, which has like over 100,000 views, has so many dislikes and people not liking it, but it still has a lot of views. And going off what Rob was saying about like waiting to see which videos take off, I think that is such good advice just to see like what type of video is popular. I don't do a good job at focusing on the popular niches that people are coming to my channel for. I just post videos on all sorts of things, but I do know that the videos that do the best are my After Effects videos and videos where I talk about like passive income and how I make money online. And that's not really the route I want to go with my channel, just talking about passive income. But I definitely think that I should add more videos related to that because I just added a video on, it was like top 10 ways to make passive income online and how I'm doing it right now. And that video alone is making me like 50 or 60 bucks a month now from ads. And so if I spent more time just creating videos around that topic, I feel like I can make more money through YouTube ads alone, and maybe create courses around those topics as well, because on YouTube, you can really see what's popular on YouTube and then create courses on those topics as well.
I'm back. I had to step out for a moment because normally Matt and I have a beer when we do these blabs. And if you want to go grab like your favorite beverage of choice, certainly do that. But I forgot the most important tool.
What are you drinking?
I've got Bridgeport Long Ball L right here, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Do I still have feedback coming in?
What's that?
Do I still have feedback when I talk?
No, you sound fine now. Like okay now, and
a little bit.
Yeah, I got a bit of echo on Matt, I'm afraid. But
I sound echoey too. I feel like
I put it in my
not so
headphones.
bad.
Yeah. Somebody asked if I left a drink. No, I left to go get this so I can have a drink. But it's now it's afternoon here. But what time is it where you're at, Rob?
It's just 9:30 in the evening. So
Where are you at right now?
I'm in London.
Oh, okay. You're back at your home base. Are you going back to Thailand again?
Actually, I think I might do soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to do that sometime. I mean, that's like, I mean, just that one of the things that I'd like to talk about with you sometime is have a blab just all around passive income, that whole passive income model, and talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about it, and not only passive income, but also location independence. And I'm getting an echo now.
Yeah, again, with me or with?
No, with me.
Oh, I see. I think it's Blab. I think that there's some issues. I mean, it's been a pretty reliable platform, but the last couple of times, it's just kind of strange.
It can't handle the whole 20 people we have in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope we can get through it. It's like one of these days there'll be an internet without any technical glitches. Maybe, I don't know. Now I'm going to try to open the bottle without spilling beer all over the place there. So yeah.
I was going to ask while you're doing that, do anybody who's listening in have YouTube channels, and can they post them in the chat?
Awesome. Thanks for asking that, Phil. Let them go ahead and share your channels out there, and let us know take a look at what you're doing on there. I always forget that. I mean, one of the things that I like doing is letting people share stuff, like instructors share their coupons or whatever with other people in there. So while we're waiting for those to come up, remember that you can tell a little bird by clicking on this button over here to the left. You can connect with others like Phil, Rob, Matt, and myself, and others who are here on with us out there on Blab. Thanks for sending out tweets too out there. We've got a couple of, Jeremy's got a channel. Chrissy's got a channel. I'm like, I don't understand. Like mine, I posted in like my specific special URL. I don't understand like why YouTube, like why it just doesn't automatically do that, like Facebook and some of the others. Do you guys know?
What do you mean?
Well, I've got a special URL for my, like yours. You've got youtube.com/user /video school online. But some people still have like the long, like hers is /channel and then a bunch of letters in that. Like why it doesn't automatically share the custom URL.
It depends on, it might be that she's sharing it that way, but you get that custom URL. You used to get it after you had a certain amount of subscribers.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah,
you used to have the ability, but maybe they made that across the board. But I remember that happening to me at a certain stage.
Yeah, she says she has
subscribers do you need?
Oh, here we go again.
How many subscribers do you need?
We got feedback.
No one can.
Hey,
understand.
Dennis. Actually, I was muting your audio. I feel like the echo is coming through your Blab.
Through me?
Yeah, because when I was listening to Rob, and then I mute your mic, I don't hear the echo anymore. Try headphones.
I always mute myself when. Wait, can anyone even hear?
I can't. No, but there's no echo anymore.
The fingers are pointing,
Yeah, when
I can't hear you anymore.
When Dennis and I were doing the interview before this Blab, he kept making me shut off my computer because he thought it was mine. And then when he shut off his computer, it was him, and it worked just fine.
Okay, headphones.
He said he'll be back.
That's so funny. Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
How are all your webinars doing? Because it's something that I want to get into, and it seems like, well, you kind of just started, but how are those going for you?
Yeah, I just started, but The short answer is I'm still feeling my way. I started on one platform, and I've gone on to Webinar Jam that I think I'm going to stick with, even though it's sort of $400 a year. But I'm quite happy with the platform there. And I just think it's going to be a great long-term strategy for me. I'm sort of starting to improve on the platform. And in future, I'm going to use it for getting signups. I'm going to use it for selling, and I'm going to use it in the future. I'm going to bundle it. I'm going to bundle those webinars with courses on my own site and sell them at a higher price, because that will differentiate the courses on my site from the courses on Udemy. Because you don't want to put a crummy webinar on Udemy, and they probably wouldn't let you. But you can do it on your own site. So you can say to people, here's this course, and I'm going to throw in 4 webinars, which is 8 hours extra, because these webinars go on for ages. But they only take you, the time it takes to do them is very short. So I've got no hard financial proof of it working yet. But I've only just done my second one, and I've just got the feeling that I think they're really good for engagement with your audience, building new audiences, and selling your products on them.
That's great. So how are you getting people to your webinars?
Just my list at the moment.
Your list, okay.
And social media, but they're basically people who are on my list anyway. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely something that I exactly like the same thing I kind of want to do is just, add, like find more specific topics that I want to do webinars on, and just use it to grow my list. And then maybe bundle it into courses later on.
I think Rob said 2 important things there. He said his long-term strategy, which is most important, being the longevity of your business or on Udemy. Because, I mean, if you make $50,000 in 1 year and then you can't make any more money, as opposed to making $10,000 a year for 50 years, what would you, I mean, that short-term gain isn't really anything compared to the long-term gain. And if you have a website, I personally think if you are going, because if you use the same content that you do on your own website and you sell it on Udemy, I feel like you're competing against yourself. So what Rob said, making it unique, making your content unique and selling it on your website is very.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm sure there's other ways as well. So at the moment, I'm doing a course. Actually, I'm going to hop off soon when Dennis comes back, because I think somebody wants to hop on, because I'm recording a Udemy course at the moment. You guys are stopping me working. So I'm doing one at the moment, and I'm going to make it longer on my own site, and I'm going to make it shorter on Udemy. And so that's another way you can differentiate it. Oh, the echoes come back.
Again?
Yeah. I think headphones.
I don't know what would cause that though.
It's your speakers that are on, and it's picking up on your microphone.
Okay, so what if I turn that down?
Just wear headphones.
I gotta find some headphones. Go ahead and carry on while I find some headphones. Okay?
Well, mute your mic so we don't. All right, thank you, Dennis.
Dennis Echo Smith, yes.
All right, so do you guys want to just answer a question, or are we talking about?
Well, someone asked a question about creating funnels, and I think there's just so many different types of funnels, but I think the main one that is like a very basic funnel for getting students to your Udemy channel, or your Udemy courses, which is the best, is what we're talking about. It's creating some sort of content that you give away, whether it's a webinar, a YouTube video, an ebook that you give away, and in exchange for that, or with that, you promote your email list and you try to get people on your email list. So you can give away your ebook on your website in exchange for the email address. Or on YouTube, you try to get people to your website, and then they see that they can sign up for your email address. Then through that email list, you send out emails that are highly valuable, provide a lot of great information, and then you sprinkle in some promotions here and there of your Udemy classes or whatever else you're trying to promote. And so there's a lot more that goes into how you send emails and what those emails say, how to do it properly. That's something that I'm just learning all the time, how to do it better. But that's, I feel like, the basic funnel that we're all trying to achieve to get people into our classes.
I read a quote today that you're good.
No
Perfect.
echo. Yeah.
I read a quote today that said, if you're copywriting in the way that you market your courses to your students, you can list that anywhere and it's still not going to make you any sales. It doesn't matter where you put that. If you're not converting on one platform, then it doesn't matter. You're probably not going to convert on any platform. So it's really important to have good copywriting and get people to enlist in your courses.
Yeah, I quite agree. I quite agree with what's been said there about the basic funnel. I think people can overthink funnels, and they say, "Oh, I've got to get my funnel right, and then I'll start creating content." But I really think the funnel, you should get the basic one, have a lead magnet, as Phil was saying, really important, and then have a series of emails that deliver content, and then ask for a sale at the end. Just that, and just let it leave it there and try and improve it as you go along, but don't stop creating the content. Don't overthink the funnel. I think that's important as well.
Rob, can you talk about, or did you want to leave actually? Never mind.
I did. I was about to say that, but
right.
ask away if you've got a question.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about your Jeff Walker style things, or no?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a resounding success at all, Matt. So it's. I mean, if you read Jeff Walker's launch book, it's very cheap on Kindle. He says it's that theory of giving, and then asking for a sale which is discounted for a short period of time at the end of all this cycle of giving. And the cycle of giving is generally free long 20-minute videos that are delivered maybe over 3 days or maybe over 6 days, but to a list that you have been building up a while, and you've been building a huge, great buzz about. Yeah, that's it basically.
How long did it take you to do all this? Because didn't you say you made like $3,600? Yeah,
and it cost. I went to Koh Samui in Thailand, hired a cameraman, and spent days getting sunburnt in the sun, and and it took me ages to put them together, and it didn't really make much money. And then I was saying, you're probably referring to, and then I then just a few months later emailed my list and offered them something at a discount, and I made nearly as much money, which took me 5 minutes to do. So my Jeff Walker launch didn't exactly go into Jeff Walker's financial territory.
Okay, so even though you made $3,600, the cost and the time it wasn't worth it compared to you just did your own. It took like 5 minutes with your current email subscribers, and you made $2,100, almost as much as that. So you can do a few of your own launches and then make way more than what you did in a fraction of the time.
Yeah, basically. That just shows you the power of the email list over everything. You live and learn.
Definitely. Figure.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So if somebody wants to jump in, I'm going to jump out. But if you need me, you know where to find me. I feel sad. I actually feel like I don't want to leave you because I just it's like we're having a drink.
We're gonna talk sometime about just passive income. I'd like to chat with you about that. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, as you know, Dennis, any time, as long as I've got an internet connection, I'm all yours.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting new headsets, so
yeah, that was great value.
Yeah.
So guys, lovely to see you again.
Take care.
See you, Rob.
Have a great night.
Bye. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Phil.
Bye.
Bye.
So we have talked about we talked about YouTube, and I have kind of lost my train of thought since this whole echo thing, but let's let Coach Michael in here with us, and we'll take a question or whatever. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
And that's what I need to do with my mic.
Man, I have no clue what I'm doing. It looks professional, but it works, I guess. Unless there's echo. You guys tell me right off the bat.
No, it's just me that does the echo.
A pleasure being on with you gentlemen, you Udemy guru guys. I've been kind of jumping in and out of your chats and love them. So here's the scoop, guys. I'm a fitness trainer, running coach, marathon coach in Houston, Texas. I do a lot of corporate wellness programs with some of the companies here in Houston, ExxonMobil, some of the big oil companies. I go in and do the rah-rah, get up off your butt and exercise speech. So I want to move that online because I'm an older guy now. I'm 51. I've got a kid who's 11, and I want to do residual online like what you guys are doing. So I got a multi-part question for you guys, and then I'll just kind of shut up, and I'd love to hear your take on it. So first off, I know you guys are really sell Udemy. How do you, is it Udemy? Udemy. Okay.
Yep.
See, I can't even pronounce it.
I like the way that sounds, though. Like foreign.
So here's the deal. I'll be honest with you. I bought a course by, wrote his name down here, David Siteman Garland, who's a guy out there who really preaches don't undersell yourself. But yet you've got platforms that you guys recommend that you really have to kind of start somewhere. You got to get you want some income flow coming in. He's really big on sell higher, don't sell as many of them and make a lot more money. I see the benefit of both. So my question, I guess, would be, are you guys on multiple platforms, or are you using Udemy as kind of your home base? Because I can see where you could sell yourself short just being an Udemy guy, without like having maybe your higher end courses that you could shop to people later that may have hours or modules of instruction, which he highly recommends that you do, so you can sell it upwards of over $397 or whatever the cap is. So I'd just like to have your thoughts on pricing. Are you guys on just this platform, or do you see yourself, if you are, going to multiple platforms so you can get a higher spend? And just kind of your thoughts along those lines.
That's a great question. Who Phil, you want to go ahead and take that first, and then Matt?
Yeah, sure. I think that's a huge question that a lot of new instructors have. And I think it's just two different approaches. I think doing the big courses like David Siteman Garland, because he's a great guy, and there's a lot of people that follow that route. And if you do it the right way, I think you can be successful, but it's kind of hard because you have to put in a lot of work to create an amazing course. You have to create the funnel that does it, which is hard for someone who's just starting out. And so starting with like Udemy or these other places where I post my courses, like Skillshare, I was doing skillfeed.com, but that's closed now. It's a great intro point to like just testing out if you can even teach a course. And you're going to make a lot less because, yeah, I'm making on average $10 to $20 per sale because there's so much discounting. But luckily, over the past few years, I've been able to build and create so many courses that I'm making over 5 figures a month on that. Now, in the future, I would love to go and create sort of a bigger course with lots of modules, with lots of additional content that I could sell for like $400, $500 to build that funnel. But But I tried that when I started out and it didn't work for me. So right now I'm just trying the Udemy side of things, building my brand before I can do that, because I think that side will really work if you have an audience already. I think starting out with no audience, it's going to be hard to get the trust for someone to pay you $400 for a course. Yeah. So now I'm like, my plan is just to build my audience, to gain the trust from my students, to prove that I can teach online courses, and then do that whole model. So right now, like, just putting my content on all sorts of platforms, even if it's selling for less, which really actually sucks. I just look at it as putting it on all these sites is just like extra income, building up the income streams, and it can work. So that's my personal side of it, I guess.
Okay, good.
I agree with Phil. Did you want to talk, Dennis, or no?
No, go ahead. I was going to say, go ahead.
I agree with Phil in the way that you can't really make any sales from $400 on Udemy, because Udemy discounts everybody's courses to $10, $15. So even if you make a sale of $400 on Udemy, people are going to see, like, your students are going to eventually see that and be like, hey, like, you know, I got this for $15. I just feel like it's how Udemy's business model is. It's usually just sell low at a price point. So I don't have my own website because it's a lot easier for what I want to do to just sell it on Udemy right now. And it might be a mistake to rely too much on Udemy and other people's platforms because I know how much work it takes to build your own website, and it takes a lot, and you have to really execute it in order to be successful. And because I mean, I never tried to sell a course for $400. I can just imagine how hard that is. You would need a higher quality of content than you would on Udemy, because Udemy, you could just kind of make mediocre content in the way that it doesn't need to be, you don't need to pay a lot to produce it, because I know people like Derek Halpern, they claim that it costs them like $20,000 to create a video course. Like, every time I make a video course, it's like $100. So just because I don't have like a movie production quality of stuff, you really got to execute it if you want to make sales for $400 on your website. And if you were to go that route, I definitely wouldn't have your courses on Udemy then, because I just think it's two different customer sets.
Let me ask you guys this, because those are two great takes. Here's where my line of thought is on why I asked it, and like what you guys just shared. People are people. So when they get spoiled with a smaller price, and I'm just thinking out loud here as a guy who's not really, I mean, I create courses, but they're always presented to people in an auditorium of 400 people, and the company's paying me to do it, or my own runners that I coach here in Houston, and they're already members, so they're getting as a part of the deal. But people are people. So when they see who you are and they know you as an instructor and they trust you, and they continue to see small price points, then they expect small price points. So I still think like a hybrid of what you guys talked about would be, and Garland's really big on this, you create the mother of all classes, you like how to do something, not a lot, but enough modules with this really meaty thing. And you do sell them to lower end stuff, but then they look at the meaty thing and go, geez, well, this guy's pretty good at this. I want the mother of all classes that the dude offers, and I'll buy that. And I'm willing to stick my neck out for $397, $597 or whatever. He's got a lot of case studies to prove that. So, but do you guys see like Udemy is like a platform where you can get things going? I just had a note here I wrote down. I think it's related to, the amount of time that you put into the course. Obviously, if they see if you're putting more into it and it's like 12 modules instead of 2 or 3 or 4 that you guys have another platform, an average person would understand that, my God, this is a more comprehensive thing. I'd be willing to pay another $200 for it. So I guess there's a means to an end. I think from what I hear from you guys, being a rookie myself at this, I think you can still have your cake and eat it too, is what I'm saying. What's your take on that?
Yeah, totally. I think that's a good, like we were kind of talking earlier, Rob was saying that he's going to have his courses on Udemy, but then on his own site, he's going to boost them with more content. And that's kind of like what you're talking about. And I think that's a good idea. The whole other side of it is you could opt out of the promotions that Udemy has. So your course isn't going to get promoted by them. They're not going to be in the $10 or the $19 deals. And so no one will be able to buy your course for less than your price point. And so you can control that. You're giving up potential extra income because Udemy does so well at promoting courses that do well and getting those $10 sales. That's where most of my income comes from. But you could still use Udemy as a platform to sell your course at a higher price point. And yeah, there's going to be people who see it at that high price point and want it for cheaper, maybe because they know that a lot of courses on Udemy are cheaper. But that is one option. But yeah, totally exactly what you said. I think just making sure that whatever you're selling at the high price point has more content, better content on your own site. That's a key.
It's a great place to build a brand for yourself if you're a nobody, because when I first started, I wanted to do a course. I've been doing social media. I wrote a book on social media. I came across Udemy and I just started looking at that versus putting online courses and like, what am I going to do to drive traffic to my website? I've already got this website that's got traffic coming to it. I went into the Udemy studio and saw what other people were talking about. I have like my goal, I always talk about, is to teach people and then create courses and make a certain amount of income each month for myself. And I don't care how I get there. If it's selling a bunch of courses at $10 to $20 and I reach that 5,000, then I'm good. Phil has done the last couple of months over 11,000, and I can guarantee that the majority of that probably isn't like $100, $200 sales. It's, 10, 20, 30 or whatever. And that's pretty impressive when somebody's making $11,000 a month. I can tell you, like where I'm at here in the Boise area, if you're making $11,000 a month, you're having a pretty comfortable living. And so that's what my goal is. And then you can, when you establish yourself, then you can go off onto your own maybe and start creating these other courses. And over the course of time, like somebody like Phil and even myself, you have to watch what you're doing, but we're gradually getting people to sign up for our email list. And so now if Phil wanted to release this really nice premium course on his own website, he can do that and name his price because people know the kind of material that he releases. So that's kind of like how I would go about it.
Dennis, you totally summed up what I was getting at with that now, and with what you just described. And the only other question I have for you guys is, I was out on their website looking at things, and I've got courses already built, because I've done all these wellness talks, and I'd have to dust them off and tweak them for the average Joe out there, you know what I mean? But I guess my question would be related to copyright, because technically, if you're the person like Phil's the guy who comes up with the course, technically, by the nature of the fact that he designed the course and he did it, it's his work, right? But I know Udemy is somewhat proprietary. Like when you put that course out there, who owns the course? Do you own the course and the copyright to it? Because Dennis, you made a point of saying something the other day about like once it's there, you can't repurpose it, or you can't. And I was kind of confused about the comment. I never got a chance to send you guys a follow up on that. But so how does that work along the lines? Because if it's your course, it's your course. But does it have to be out there for a certain amount of time on Udemy? How does that work?
You own it. It's yours. There are certain things like you can't have it, I believe, on YouTube for free. But you own the rights to it. You can't do, somebody was like mentioning something the other day when they asked me something that you can take the course out of the marketplace, but you can't completely delete it from Udemy because they give people lifetime access to the course. So in a way, you can't say like completely take that off your site, but you still own the content. And you can take it other places like Matt does with Skillshare and Fedora, which is now teachable.com. So you can take it other places and put the content out there on these other sites. So they can't tell you no. I mean, maybe at some point they might change their mind, but I don't know.
Okay, and I don't want to be the annoying reporter that asks too many questions. But I got you guys in the room, man. I've got your attention. So one more question. On the average, how much time do you guys spend creating a course, and what percentage of it is video as opposed to PowerPoint or text type things? And then when you guys answer that, and I'll jump out of here because I know there's another few folks that wanted to jump in.
Matt, you want to start first with that?
Well, when you say PowerPoint, do you mean like, is the video a PowerPoint presentation? Or?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess let's just keep it at video, which could be PowerPoint compared to textual. Because Matt, I was on there because I mean, you guys were out there. I knew you were out there, so I went out there and kind of looked at some of your courses. And, dude, I may buy some of your courses. I like some of that stuff out there. But
thank you.
But yeah, because I noticed some of your stuff is video or a little setup, like your setup video, kind of going into content, like written content. So let's just keep it straight video. That could be instructional in nature compared to written content that people read.
Yeah. So, Udemy's policy at least is 65% video, and then 35% it could either just be audio or it could be text. So, I mean, I usually just go for at least 80% video. And then if there's like a lecture where I don't necessarily think that people need to see a visual, I'll just make it audio lecture with no visual. And maybe like I'll add in 1 or 2 text lectures. Usually if I make an ebook of the course, I'll also make that available to the student, just so if they want to read it too on the side, they have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I would say the same for me as well. Like most of my courses are all video, whether it's me talking to the camera, me doing a screencast showing how to do something, or just voiceover with a PowerPoint presentation. And then from there, I would say like I start with like 100% video content, and then I'll try to add supplemental documents, PDFs, articles that supplement the topic, especially if someone like asks a question. Sometimes I get like a lot of questions on like one topic in a course. So I'm like write an article so that everyone gets that. And then you ask like how long it takes to create a course. I'd say it really depends on the course. Like some courses where it is just a PowerPoint presentation with me doing a voiceover. I have some courses that's all I do, and it'll take a couple weeks or a week or so to create like a 3-hour course. And then some courses are higher quality where I'm going out in the world, shooting video, demonstrating things like cameras and stuff. And that I've had classes that take over 80 hours of like shooting time, and then more editing time. So it really varies. Okay.
All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I would love to see a future show from you guys on these various platforms. So I know Udemy is like your top pick because I see a lot of the content you guys do out here. But I would love to see a show on Udemy and like other platforms that you guys are, because you mentioned. I'm taking notes, man. Taking notes.
Awesome.
Skillshare,
Michael.
Teachable platforms, and then what you guys are experimenting with and what's working as like a newbie. Because entry point, I'm gonna go, hey man, we're all business guys. I want to go where the money's at, and it sounds like Udemy is the way to go with that, and where the volume's at, So
yeah, let us know. Like, keep in touch and let us know where that's going for you. Okay.
Great, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
All right, take care. Bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
So hey guys, did we go into the Kindle stuff at all?
No.
So what?
we can go rogue, or we can do that. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's go ahead and we'll just wait and see if we get somebody else on with us. But so we were talking about ways like some of these tools out there that you can use, like YouTube, to use for your marketing your courses. And one of those that a lot of instructors like Phil and Matt and Rob, and I have written a book, but I haven't put that in with my courses. Phil's got one out there, and he might place that over there in the comments, but He's got a couple of books that he's come out with on the Kindle platform, and I'm working on one right now. Matt's got some that he's transcribed from his courses, and I'd like to do that myself. One of the things you want to keep in mind that if you do write a book, that you want to keep stuff like maybe links to coupons and your other courses up towards the front of the book, because Kindle, Amazon, they put like the first 10% of the book, they scan it or something where people can access that to make a decision on if they want to write or read the book. And if you've got a link to your courses or whatever, it's clickable, so somebody can go right over to your course and possibly take your course without even having to purchase the book. So that's a good way to utilize that for marketing your course. A book is a good way to like have a business card or something like that. I'm able to like take copies of my book. It's like there's a copy over here somewhere. But when I go places or whatever, it's a business card. It makes you a step above other people in your industry, because you've written a book, you've taken the time to do that. Mine is on social media. The one that I'm working on next is Udemy Live. Matt and I got off an interview earlier, so I'm sharing like the experience of these different instructors out there in that format, and I'm excited about getting that out there so that people can kind of see what we're talking about today, what we're going through today. Blab is an excellent way for you to utilize this tool for marketing your courses. I mean, we're talking about Udemy today, but you can talk about your course. Phil's got a lot of courses on photography. Matt's got courses on eBay. I've got WordPress. So I could host a Blab on WordPress and bring people on with me to chat about the different aspects of using WordPress for marketing. I've been using WordPress for years now, and I love using it as a marketing tool, and I love teaching people how to use it as a marketing tool. Phil has a passion for a lot of things. Photography happens to be one of those, so he can teach people some good information on photography, because I have a digital camera that I bought that has different settings on it, but it allows me to change different things. I have no clue how to use it. So taking a course or watching a Blab from somebody like Phil would allow me to utilize that more. So, hey guys, so like, what are some of the stuff that you can recommend like on Kindle that I haven't talked about for marketing? What are some of your thoughts?
Well, the first thing is that it's really easy to publish on Kindle. It's basically writing a Word. You can just write a Word document and upload it. And so for those of you who have a blog, you can basically just take like a group of blog articles that are related, put them into some sort of order that makes sense, and put it in a Word document and upload. So it's really easy to upload on Kindle. And the one other marketing thing that has worked for me is on my last book, and I posted a link to all my books in the chat on Amazon, on my last book, which was how to write and sell books on Amazon and get to the bestseller charts. One of the things I did was record a audio version of the book with just myself doing voiceover. And I am giving that away to people who download the book or who buy the book for free. So in the first, like you said, it's good to post, put like links to your website or a coupon at the beginning of your book. As soon as someone opens up that book, they'll see on the third or fourth page, if you're interested in listening to this book as an audiobook, you can download it for free on my website. And so people click that link, they get taken to my website, and that's a lead magnet where if they sign up for my email list, they'll get the audiobook for free. And so I've been getting a lot of people who subscribe to my email list through that way. And like you said, people don't even have to buy the book to see that link and potentially sign up for my list, because on Amazon, you can preview the first few pages of any of the books. And so some people might not even buy the book, but I still get them on my list. So again, like I've been talking about, instead of just sending people to your courses, it might be a better idea to get them on your list first. And so that's one way I'm doing it. And then with my other books, I do have links to my courses, and those work as well. So that's what I would suggest doing, is either like trying to give away an audio version for free or something away for free in the beginning of the book to get them onto your list.
Check.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Can you hear me? Sweet. Yeah, as long as you can hear me, I think I'm good. I can hear you, and I don't have any echo. So.
Good.
What was I asking? I'm just shooting stuff off the top of my. Oh man, no. Let's go back to the Kindle thing, because the Kindle thing I've never done, and that's really interesting to me. So, I was listening to you say, well, first of all, you said you can make edits whenever you put the book up, so you can actually go in and change things around if you want to. So can you go through the actual like process? So once you have it like typed up in the Word document, how long does it take to submit it to Amazon? What's the review process like? You know, like Udemy, I know the process of the different steps you have to take to get there. And I would have helped myself, or, you know, when you make your second course, you know all those things and it makes it easier. So what are some things that you can talk about for the setting up process that'll make it easier for like a first time person?
Yeah, I mean, and I was gonna create a free coupon for that course that I can give out. But it's pretty easy. There's things you have to keep in mind, like you have to create your thumbnail, and they recommend like a specific size, and then the title that you choose for your book and the subtitle that you choose have to be on the cover of your book, the thumbnail itself. So that's like something that when I started, I would get. It wouldn't get approved because I would create my thumbnail and it doesn't have the exact wording of your title. And so that's something you want to think about before you create your thumbnail, and you might have to update it later on if you want to change your title. But honestly, it's just really easy. You just go to kdp.amazon.com, you sign up, you say you want to publish a book, and you literally just plug in the information like your title, your subtitle, you upload your thumbnail, you upload the document, which is just your Word document. You also have to choose keywords for your book and categories. So that's something that's important. My advice with choosing keywords and categories is to search for books that are related to your book, like similar topics. And you can see, if you go onto their Amazon page, you can see what category they are in, because it'll say like, this book is the 9,000th book in the category about cooking or recipe books or whatever it is. And so kind of gauge what category you think your book would do best in by looking at similar books, but also try to I think you can get 2 or 3 categories now. And my advice is to put them in 2 like different categories. So for example, let me look at my book so I can see what it is. So I have my class on teaching online courses, and so I turned that into a book. And so I put that into the home-based subcategory, which is under entrepreneurship and small business, which is under business and money. And so that's one side of it. And then I also put it into the like teachers, some teaching category, which is under education and teaching. And the reason why I would suggest putting them into 2 separate, completely different categories is because you just get more eyeballs on it rather than putting it in 2 categories that are similar, that are in the same overall category. Then you could get on the bestseller lists on different categories, especially when you launch it. And I would suggest launching it for free using the Kindle Select program, which Matt said you can basically give your book away for free for like 5 days every quarter of the year or something. So there's a lot of stuff. So I hope you're keeping up. But so you give it away for free, you put it in different categories. Hopefully it does well in 2 different categories. And then when it does become paid, more eyeballs will be on it in the different categories. You can make more sales.
And how long does it take once?
But let me get a coupon
publish it?
for
How
my
long does
course
take
because
for
it
them to
basically
accept it?
walks you through everything.
Oh, okay. Wow, so I can
It'll
write a
take
book
like a
tonight?
day, maybe a day or two. It's really quick. I mean, of course, if there's something wrong with it. So I actually already have a Blab coupon, so I'm just gonna post it in the chat. But
So now, I've heard different opinions. I know a lot of people have done good on Amazon and Kindle. Some people say that you don't really count Kindle to make you money. It's more of like a branding and advertising marketing type thing. So how do you look at Kindle? I kind of want to hear this from all of y'all. Is it something that's making a lot of money for you, or is it something that you're just using to help drive traffic back to your site or back to your courses? Mm-hmm. Definitely.
yeah, I would say for me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had another question, maybe for Phil and the rest of y'all, but I know that Phil does a lot of technical type courses, which is, something that I like doing. How to use a software, like my Canva course is how to use that program. So how would you turn that into a book, or would you not turn that into a book and go more toward like a theory or a book on how to use graphics to brand yourself? Like, how would you go about that? Because I like making courses on like how to use a specific type of software or equipment,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that I haven't really been able to figure out myself because, yeah, I teach Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and I've thought, like, how do I turn this class into a book?
Yeah.
And I'd have to have, like, a million different screenshots and stuff. And so all my books are more the theory related, like freelancing, how to freelance, how to teach online.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, I would, like you said, try to turn it more into a theory class or a theory book. But I was just going to say, like, so I have posted the 3 books, and I started out making about $150 a month from them. And now it's about like $75 a month on Kindle, which I think, like all of us, we're just trying to build this different streams, like putting out more courses. And so that's like $1,000 a year, which just adds to, the amount of money I'm making all year. And then I can say, though, with one of my books, with the coupon for my Teach Online class, I have a coupon for like $199 in the book, and I've sold 5 classes through that. So that's almost $1,000 through the coupons that I have in one of my books. So that's way more than I make on Kindle itself. But it's students, like Dennis said, that I wouldn't have gotten. So there are people who buy books that are willing to.
Glad you brought coupons. This is the last question, and I'll let y'all go.
Well.
And I'd like to hear from all of y'all. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. You were talking about coupons, and I asked this earlier, so this will tie everything in. When you're doing YouTube and you're doing, Fiverr and Kindle, how are you setting up your coupons so that you can track the analytics and track? Are you just making like a generic Kindle coupon that you put in all your books? Are you making individual Kindle coupons? Like, how are you setting up your coupon system for all of these different platforms to see what's driving sales and what's not working? I got all y'all's courses for free.
Yeah, I think for me too, in an ideal world, I would create a specific like YouTube coupon for each video. But typically what I do is just have a YouTube coupon for a class, and I'll put that on a bunch of YouTube videos. But ideally, like to really track, I would put like a specific coupon code for a specific video, so I could see if that video is doing good or not. But definitely like having a specific YouTube coupon and ebook coupon, and that's like what I've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was thinking, like, Phil said, having an individual one for each video would be the best, because then you could say, this video is really driving sales. Maybe I can advertise that in the future versus another video that's not doing good. Awesome, guys. Well, hey, I got one thing.
And actually, I've got to go do some work too. So thanks for having me on, as always, and everyone for listening. Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you?
Okay.
Oh, did you?
Chad.
Well, in terms of marketing, I guess at the moment I'm focusing on um, pushing in a lot of tweets and posts automatically through Hootsuite. So really leveraging the Hootsuite platform to get those going while I'm awake, while I'm asleep. Outside of that, definitely using I guess they're kind of the internet marketing platforms, Warrior Forum, Black Hat, or Best Black Hat. So those are also pretty neat. I think I saw Maddie over there. I think Maddie and I hang. Yeah, always. Yeah. No, I think you're ahead of me by by one spot. Yeah, saw that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's so many different channels. I rebooted my own website to put some fresh content there. So yeah, so I guess using Hootsuite for automatic posts or automated posts, checking out the internet marketing networks and forums, and just putting my own content on my own site. No,
Just through private messages. Yeah, we've talked before, dude. I watch him all over the place, man. Every time I turn on my phone, I've got 12 notifications from him posting all over the place. I love Chad, man. If you watch my personal branding course, the last one I made, it's got a little bit of Chad in it. You can tell that I just got done watching one of your courses on how to make a course, and I kind of styled some stuff a little in your direction because I liked it. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, nice. Well, it's good. It's good to see you live. Because I spoke with Dennis and Matt before. It's been a while, but I spoke with these guys before. But it's the first time I'm seeing you, so this is good.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hey, Dennis, I wanted to say one thing real quick. Matt and I are starting a group, and Chad and Dennis, y'all are more than welcome to join us. It's called the Goonies Never Say Die Clan.
Nice.
So if y'all want to join our special Udemy Goonies Never Say Die group, you're more than welcome.
Nice. Well, I'm still considering, but there's a few places I want to check out, but it's on my list. Wait, Well, I'm gonna post a link to a group I just found yesterday, and I thought I was the largest unofficial group, but there's this group here, the unofficial Udemy support group, that has 150,000 members. And neither have I, but I found it yesterday. So it's so that I mean it's called the unofficial Udemy support group. Like I said, 150,000 plus members. So this is it seems like it started up. They got a date here of August 16th, 2010. Yeah. Okay. Listen, I'm freaking out because I don't know. Like I mean, it's like it appeared a couple days ago. I mean, it was off my. I don't know if anybody here had seen it before, but it just sort of came out of nowhere with all these members. So, I mean, in part, I mean, he's left it public, which helps because I know with Facebook groups, if you leave it public, people are just adding people left, right, and center. My group is closed, and so I need to approve members. Dennis, I believe yours is the same thing, correct?
Hey, I got a quick question on that while you're talking about that. Because I think Chad, it might have even been your group that I think I got flagged for misposting, or maybe Dennis, one of y'all. Like, because my question is, as a Udemy instructor, posting in these groups, because I'm like, I got 20 Udemy ones that I'm a member of, and then there's a bunch of like advertise here type groups, and when I post them, I haven't found a good way to post in them and kind of keep it like organized. And I see sometimes I'll get like on a roll and start posting in groups, and then someone will message me and be like, "Hey, this is a $9 group, not a $5 group or something." And that, I just get, how are you posting to these groups and doing it the best way? Because I've tried it on my phone, on the computer, and I haven't found a good way to really like get a good flow going. It takes too much time, man.
I'm gonna come back in 1 second. Just 1 second, guys.
Mhm.
I missed some of it, but I like the ending. The ending was great. But I like what you said off the top. I mean, have a look. Hey, Jeremy, do you use Hootsuite?
No, I have not got to Hootsuite. I'm pretty new to a lot of stuff, and I've heard about it, but no, I'm not familiar with it.
I would say this, and actually, I did flag. Well, I didn't flag you. I put a whole bunch of question marks when I saw your post of the $2 coupon.
And then I went back, and it was gone. So I was
I
like,
was about to ban you, but I thought, wait, I know this guy, so I'm gonna keep him in.
I was rolling, dude. I was like, boom, post, share, boom, post, share.
And he creates great courses, so we'll keep him around. Well, I guess I'll say two things to that. Number one, I mean, for me, I'm very selective about the groups that I join. I know there's a bunch of Udemy groups out there. I think a bunch of them are worthless. There's a few out there that are probably thousands of members, and those are groups you want to concentrate on. The ones that are onesies and twosies, I don't think there's any value there. Second thing is, I mentioned Hootsuite because at least if you're using Hootsuite, which is basically just an all-in-one, one-to-many social media dashboard or platform, you can import all the information from your Facebook profile. So we'll import the groups and all those type of things. And then what you can do is go into there, and then you can get your post set up and then add all the groups, and then it's just a one-time thing. So instead of going one by one by one by one, and of course, I mean, you're not going to go into each of those groups when you're about to post and look at the group rules over and over again. Right. At least with Hootsuite, you can streamline it and then just do it once.
Right. Can you
Yes.
Oh, wow. Can you create groups within Hootsuite? So, like, if say you were signed up for three $9 course groups, could you put those in a group so you're just posting to that? Like, can you set up different groups within Hootsuite?
I'm not sure that you can, but I do know. Well, I mean, I just know the part about importing the groups and that sort of thing. So that's something I'll look into.
You might want to post some coupons to one group, maybe some coupons to a different types of Facebook groups. So I didn't know if you could divvy it up that way.
Well, I know for I'm not. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm wondering if you can somehow add a note or add some sort of marker to that group that you bring in, and then so when it comes to that, you can just pick those and then batch them and go that way. You know what? With Hootsuite, you never know. I'm pretty sure you can. Just the one point, Dennis, you made is with Hootsuite, there is the I guess you can use it for free, or you can get a premium account. I have a premium account, and I think it's tremendously valuable. The free account does a lot of stuff too, so I think it's just a matter of understanding your requirements and then going about it either way.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And that does Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all of them?
Yeah.
Does it do Google? Because I'm going to be focusing on like Google Plus and communities coming up. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the power of communities and Hangouts until I was searching for something one day, like something random, and one of Mark Timberlake's communities post came up, and I was like, this is what he's always talking about. Mm-hmm.
It is. No, I know. I am.
Give him props.
I'm gonna give everybody props.
Everyone give him props. Fiverr. Do y'all do SlideShare? Has anyone done the SlideShare thing here? Hmm.
What the? What was the question?
I got a little sheet of paper that I just stick right there. Yeah, I was taking that one off because it was way too hot. Hey, Chad, how many Kindle books do you have?
Well, I have five or six under my own name, and then a whole bunch under a pen name.
So how's Kindle? Are you using some of those books to drive them back to your course or to your website, or how are you using those? Are they making you money, or are they more of a just a lead generation type thing?
Still making me some money, and I like what Matt said earlier about the editing process, and just if something else comes out new and you want to add it, then you can just put it into your book and then upload it, and then within 24 to 48 hours it's published. The reason I bring that up is because I am. Let's just talk about this Black Friday course I just came out with, so I can go back to my Udemy Success Code book. Typically on the first page, I'll put something like, "Hey, news alert, new course. Here's a discount, here's a coupon," and put it there. And because Amazon is a super highway, I mean, it's a top 10 visited site, folks are still going on there and they're looking for books on Udemy or whatever else is related to publishing or internet marketing. And so with the free preview, they can preview my book, and right there is that news alert, that code or that coupon or whatever I'm advertising. So I kind of use it now not only from an income generation or passive standpoint, but to announce things and have that featured in the free preview section.
Nice. And is the people alerted whenever you do that? Like if I already have the book, would I be alerted of that change, or probably not unless I went and saw it, right?
Correct.
Okay. Have you used iBooks? Has anyone here used iBooks? Because I stopped using Kindle because the iBooks platform for me and my wife, we can share books and things like that. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hmm. Nice. Well, cool. I found a really good tool to use for writing too. That I don't know if a lot of people have heard of it or not, but it's one of these.
What is that? Made in China?
Actually, yes, it is. Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. I'm sure some other people want to hop on. I've sat here long enough, listening and communicating. Chad's good seeing you. Nice meeting you.
Hey, good seeing you. Yeah, absolutely.
Matt, Dennis, as always. Thanks, guys.
No, I'm wondering if I could speak to Beth to her question there. So, is it worth starting with a free course than going to a paid course? So, I mean, did you guys cover the whole social proofing thing and that angle? Can I maybe say? Okay. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the one thing I always do. I encourage in my Udemy launch course. I know from before talking with you guys also believe in social proof. So the whole idea with social proof is monkey see, monkey do. If folks are seeing others enrolling in your course and they're interested in your course, then it's likely going to uh, encourage others to do the same thing. And so the way you do that is you launch your course, you launch it for free. I have noticed that Udemy has backed away a little bit from the importance of student counts and enrollments because they actually took off that number on the like if you do a search and you see all the courses, the student count is no longer there, but it's still a relevant number. They still have it on their homepage when they feature those courses, so it's still important to get students enrolled and have that showcase there. So I would say to anybody, launch your course for free, get at least 2,000 students enrolled to the different marketing channels. Come to my group, come to Dennis's group. It sounds like you can come to Matt's group with Jeremy. I'm not sure if that's the purpose of it, but can you, Matt? It, the shirt that you're wearing, that group, what is that about? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Never mind, I'm a little slow. Okay, so but anyways, just to answer your question, yeah, it's definitely worth starting with a free course. And the other thing too is, I mean, if you launch a course and you launch it with a fee, you can't really understand and appreciate if anybody's actually interested in it. If you come up with a course and you launch for free, you can start to understand if it's going to gain any momentum and if there's traction, if there's a genuine interest in it. So I would definitely say launch your course for free, and then once you get enough students in, price it. Yeah. You know what's interesting? This was many years ago, but in high school, I took this video creation course or something, and I was just never paying attention to the teacher or anything like that. But something must have stayed with me, because I actually thought to myself, I don't want to go over to Fiverr, and it's just not enough time. So let me see if I can whip together a promotional video. And so I thought, yeah, just create the PowerPoint slide, I guess it was, and just do it in black, and then bring that into Camtasia, and then just go with text. And then I found a royalty free music site, and got the music from there, and then just put it all together and put it out. So that's the way I did it. Thanks, Dennis. Yeah. Maybe can I ask you guys maybe a question? I mean, how are you guys feeling for or gearing up for Black Friday? I mean, we know it's important. We know it's the the premier event that goes on all year with Udemy in terms of sales. So, how are you guys gearing up for it? Are you excited about it? Eastern Standard. Well, I wish I was swapping spots with Matt because he's getting. Well, actually, I'm going to be leaving where I am at the end of the month to do a little bit of traveling, but that's more like relocating. He gets to travel, so I'm a little jealous. Gonna head over to Mexico. Yeah. Sorry. Well, well, it's 1 hour ahead of Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Brazil. Yeah, I'm letting the public know where I am if you want to find me. So it's supposed to be a covert. It's supposed to be a yeah. It's supposed to be a covert op, but oh, that's yeah, exactly. Well, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dennis. I wasn't going to come out with another course until the beginning of next year, and I thought to myself, wait a second. Let's go back to what's important with Black Friday. I don't know about you guys, but it was my best month last year and better than all my months combined last year. So yeah, so I thought get out the Black Friday course, and I'm going to come out with another course in the next, hopefully week or so. To Bess's question or earlier, I'm going to social proof it, get some students in there, and then price it right before Black Friday. So anybody watching this, if you're thinking about getting 1 or 2 courses out, you got 7 weeks to do it. Get them out, have them on the platform, and sell away because Black Friday is just huge. Yeah. Make money fast. If you want some money to spend on Black Friday, get your courses on Udemy so you get some money to spend. I'm a Windows guy. Hey, Dennis. Well, Dennis and Matt. See, I don't want to go now because it's my first blab out, whatever you call it. So I don't want to go now. But I just want to give one tip, and I mentioned this in my course to the person to good creative edu Black Friday. No, sorry, wait. E the real lovers, whatever. Okay, anyway, sorry. More tips about Black Friday. I will say this: I haven't been using my iPad because I've been trying to free myself of all these devices. But I booted it up, turned it on, went into the Udemy app, saw that my Udemy launch course wasn't there. I published it in June, so it's been 3 months. And so I would encourage anybody who has a course out now to check out your app, make sure your course is there. If it isn't there, notify Udemy. The one thing I will call out is that it's not up to Udemy. Apple and Google with Android, they have their own timelines for these things. So even if Udemy submits it, it's not up to them. It's in the hands of them. So it may take a few weeks to get over there, but you do want to ensure that your course is available in the app for Black Friday, because it's a channel where consumers go into and they buy courses. So once again, if you do have a course out, check out the app, make sure your course is there. If it's not, notify Udemy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And Matt, did you kill it last Black Friday? Because I know you had a few courses in the pipeline on the marketplace. Oh, very nice.
This month. So I'm feeling comfortable that things are going well. I've just got to get this other course. I've got enough for 2 courses if I just focus on that kind of stuff. So Matt and I, when we were talking earlier today, like I got something from him that I took away from our interview, which was waking up and thinking about the top 3 things that you could do that day that was going to make some kind of impact or whatever, that you would feel satisfied by the end of the day that you had something accomplished. And so I have Post-it pads with stuff on here, and Matt and I were setting these goals. I'm sharing a document on Google Docs on what our goals were for the day, because it's kind of good to find another instructor or whatever to kind of push you and say, what are you doing today? But then after a certain point, you have to go to work. And for somebody like Matt's already started his day. And so by the time I'm up here in my time zone, it's, he's already gotten some of his work done. So I try to chat for a little bit and then get started with the stuff that I have to do so I can get my goals accomplished. It can be tough sometimes.
Also, I just try to think day to day, like, what can I do today that might earn me thousands of dollars years from now? So in theory, I could make this day like $1,000 day over the course of time. And all of those things, all these days that you work just add up to be something really substantial.
Pizza is calling. Somebody's calling.
Yeah, somebody is calling me.
He's got a landline phone. Can you believe that?
What's that?
A landline phone, one of those things that they used to have when you used to have to get up and answer the phone instead of having it right next to you.
I think I've seen those I've seen those in the movies. They do these like they dial the they rotate the dial thing on the phone. I don't even know what.
Yeah, well, it's these cable companies trying to like say if you get landline service and you get our TV and our internet bundled, we're going to save you a bunch of money. And that's just like BS. It's like, I don't need a landline phone. I don't want a landline phone. I don't want to see one ever again in my life. So I want a Star Trek communicator where I just push it right here and answer it. So, yeah. So what are some things that you do like to, when you start your day, are there tools that you use to establish your goals for the day?
What do I do? I'm a big fan of planning. Right now, things are pretty good, and so what I'm trying to do is get in the habit of saying, okay, the next 3 months are going to be about X, and I want to focus on a product, and what is that product going to be? And so, really, just going through the process. So I think each day, maybe take a step back. Every Sunday, I have my little piece of paper, and I jot down maybe 4 or 5 or 6 things I want to work out throughout the week. And then I just kind of cross them off as I go. So I'm a big fan of planning and just having those things you want to work out week in, week out, and then just try to chip away at them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So Sergey messaged me on Facebook and wanted to join for a while. He told him that I had to go eat or whatever. I don't know. Matt, what do you have planned? How much time do you have left?
I have like probably 20 minutes left. Doesn't really matter. Are you kicking me off or?
No, I just wanted what I'll do is let you guys chat about some stuff. I'll let you host and I'll cover my screen and mute it and I'll go step away and check on dinner. Okay. And then I'll come back.
You're going to check on dinner? It's 4:14.
I need to have something or I'll pass out and I don't want to see that on camera.
Wait. Dennis is leaving. Chad, did you want to stay or leave?
I'm going to head out because it's actually 7:15 my time. So the reason I left early is because I had rice on the stove and it's ready now. So I'm going to get some rice and some Brazilian
pasta.
I'm
going to head out too. So if everybody's leaving, then I would have stayed if you guys wanted to stay, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I can stay a few moments. Like if Sergey wants to add something here towards the end, I told him that we were wrapping it up, but have you been watching?
Me? No,
yeah.
I'm going in like the past 20 minutes or so.
So,
sorry guys, I'm gonna head out. But great catching up with you. Look forward to doing it again. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
So just like I'll just hang out for a few more minutes here. What are some of the tools that you're using for we're talking about some of the stuff like planning your day. What are some of the things that you do to plan your goals for the day?
I actually don't. That's the funny thing. It's like those people who like to plan everything out. I'm like, every day I just start brand new. So it's kind of weird. I mean, if you're used to planning something out, I don't really like to do that. So because every day it's like, I want to do something new, and it makes it more fun. Hey, you should eat on camera. That'll be fun. I'm just joking. I think we don't hear your sound anymore.
I put myself on mute there because I do that when other people are talking. I was saying that you don't want to see me eat on camera because I've got bad eating habits, but I'm sure there's people out there who have done blabs and eaten dinner and all of that. I mean, I can do these things for a while. I like the format that we did the other night during the evening because I think that brings more people on to the
Can
blab.
we get another person in though? I mean, if we get another person in, then you can go out to do something.
Yeah. Hey, is there somebody like Jeremy or one of the other instructors out there that would like to jump in and talk about some of the topics that we've been talking about? YouTube, what you're doing on YouTube, what you're doing on some of the other channels like Fiverr and stuff like that?
Maybe get another student in though. Anybody wants to come in, go on live on camera?
Yeah, see, people sometimes don't feel comfortable about that. You can make Matt. I know I've done that, and I thought I had made him a co-host, but maybe not.
I think people are scared to go on camera. They think, oh, they don't have the camera. That's what it is. Or Jeremy can't do it either. Okay.
Jeremy's cleaning up and about to have dinner with the family, which is a good idea. See, like this time of the day is like the time like to switch in the evening and then do like one in the evening there What kind of stuff are you doing, like, to prepare for Black Friday? That was some of the stuff that Chad and Matt and I were talking about too.
Well, the thing is that, first of all, I have only started on Udemy on December.
Mm-hmm.
And since I started on December, I missed the whole Black Friday.
I didn't realize that you had started.
But it did motivate. The funny thing is, it motivated me to get started, because they kept on saying, get everything ready by Black Friday. And I tried to get one class ready, and it was just taking such a long time, because when you just try to start on Udemy, you don't know how hard it is just to produce the first class. Everybody thinks it's pretty easy when you have classes up there, but just starting is the hard part. But then after you get started and you know all the process, it's much more easier to produce. It's like with everything else. But the start is pretty hard. So it took me a very long time to create my first class. And then it's like every time you create a new one, you see it becomes a lot more easier for you to create classes.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you have to motivate yourself. Hey Matt, you want to keep going for like a few minutes? Let him get some food,
Honestly, I was just gonna pop off and say, I really appreciate everybody who's been joining the Blabs. I've been having a really great time with everything, and hopefully we can keep doing this every Thursday and have Dennis and I do even more Blabs than that if he wants to. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate it, and everything that I do for you guys. And I just love how you guys keep coming on these Blabs and showing yourselves and stuff. So I actually wanted to pop off. So Dennis, you can do that as what it is if you got to go eat.
Yeah, I know, because it's getting kind of late. We've been doing this for 2 hours.
I got an idea for you, Dennis.
What's that?
If you want, we can close the Blab like about now, and then we can, if people want to still come in, maybe in another hour or something. What do you think?
Yeah, we can chat off of Facebook and see. I've got like some plans in the evening, but we'll chat on Facebook and see if I've got some time that I can do another Blab this evening, because I like that format, but I've done like a lot of stuff through today with interviewing a lot of people. And so I'm kind of like want to get away from the camera and do some stuff off of Blab. But I'll hit you up on Facebook in a little bit and see if maybe I've got some time to do something later on this evening. But I want to go ahead and end it real quick. Just let people know again, like where they can find you online.
Okay. Well, they can just look me up under my instructor profile. So I'm going to give my instructor profile to people, and you can just send me a message if you want to take any of my classes. So I'm going to do this right now.
Yeah, Sergey's got a lot of good classes on Udemy. He's been doing this not quite as long, but actually has more courses. So he's got really good techniques at getting that kind of stuff out a lot quicker on Udemy. And you can follow me online at dennisjsmith.com. Make sure that you follow me on Blab if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And you can follow Matt. That way, when we do this again next Thursday at the regular time, and maybe Tuesday night again doing like an evening Blab, you can certainly do that. And then maybe we can get Sergey to come on a little bit earlier with us. It's a little harder to bring people on like right towards the end there, because like I said, I've been doing this for a couple of hours today, and before I interviewed Matt and also interviewed Mark Isaacson earlier. So I need to take a few moments to step away from the computer and the camera. But Sergey, thanks, and I'll chat with you on Facebook in a bit. I want to thank Chad. I want to thank Rob, Phil Ebiner. What's that?
I just missed it. You didn't even tell me you're going to have this coming, so...
It's always in the group. So just remember that if you're on Facebook, my Udemy marketing group, it's always on there. And then there's, again, Blab is the best way. I don't know if you're following me or not, Sergey, on Blab, but you want to do that because Blab has a great tool that they notify people when this stuff is going on. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on that note. Thanks, everybody, for showing up, and take care. Have a great evening. Take care.